All right, we are officially recording. All right, so today I kind of just wanted to I asked you guys to give me some ideas on stuff that you wanted talked about. So I'm just going to get right on top of that and go down the list as quickly as I can. And then we'll see if we keep it a small group like this, we'll open it up. But if we don't, if we get a whole bunch of people, then we'll redirect you to the group. I just personally like to keep these chats to, 45 minutes max. I know that for me, it's really important to get off of here by 5 o'clock so that I can get dinner started. So welcome, Emily. Hi. All right, awesome. So we have Emily that needs to mute, and then Britt still says you're not muted. All right, so I just want to talk about really quickly the two new things that we have coming our way with C's, I believe is how it's going to be pronounced. I totally don't know. Shanti's new program. I know I'm really excited about that. I think it's really going to help kind of get into the bubble breaking program of just people who don't want to like lift heavy weights and work out, but kind of more like, all right, well, let's get you just moving your body. So I'm really excited about that. As you know, Summit 2015 will be when we can get our hands on it. Really important to get into the online office and get that lead collector website and start giving it out to people so that you can get them signed up to receive notifications on it. So that's in your Coach Online office. Either search the FAQs or it should just be on the Coach Breaking News still. The other new product, which I am like ridiculously excited about, is our new supplement line. We know Beachbody is going to do us right. They always have with all these supplements, and I just cannot wait to give people yet another avenue to increase their health and wellness and to get results without cramming crap in their bodies. So again, Summit 2015 for that. Go to the FAQs for more information. And I'm just going to get right on the list here I have. So Stephanie asked me, oh, Steph just joined us. This is perfect. So welcome, Steph. I'm just about ready to start talking about your question. So Steph asked how to approach a gold shift. So for anyone that doesn't know the terminology, a gold shift is, to my team, and I know Shelly's team as well, a person who we recognize on our team as a natural born leader, someone who we know is going to rock this business, someone who we can see has the potential in every way to rock the business. So pretty much that person that's going to help us make our dreams come true, right? The person that we know is going to help push our business forward that's in our organization. That's not necessarily a personally sponsored coach. I want you to remember as our team grows, especially those of you that got in early, those gold ships can be found in your downline as well. I mean, I have people that are my gold ships that are not my personally sponsored coaches, and I work with them just as hard as I work with my personally sponsored coaches, because it's not all about recognition for me. And I can't wait for my two coaches to go diamond. I won't get any recognition for it, but I know that they're going to help push me towards my big dream, my big goal, and that's financial freedom. So I treat everybody the same on my team, and it's really important when we look at our gold ships that we recognize that they're not just our personally sponsored, they're anyone in our downline that their volume would benefit us. So just to go back to it, how to approach that golden ship of yours. And I think what you're meaning is how to approach her and get her really engaged in the business. Is that right? Yeah. Okay, so first off, number one is going to be you showing her every day what it does for you, right? So you showing her every day the joy that it brings, the financial gain that it brings. All of that is the best billboard I think you can give someone in your downline who wants to achieve greatness in this company, because they see you doing it. They see you so excited about it. They see you failing, and they see all of that as well, I hope, because we're being authentic, right? But to me being the poster child of, like Tara Carr just posted in our Diamond group, right? She said, be out there, be showing them pictures of you at Super Saturday, pictures of you on these trips, pictures of you being Beachbody, and they're going to get bit by that. Now, side ship is getting her in that May 1st group. Like, no questions asked, got to start that training with us, right? Because we know that if she starts that, we're going to teach her everything she needs to know, and the overwhelm is just going to kind of go away because she's going to be like, look at this family. They have our back. So step 2, getting her just engulfed in our family, our team, and just feeling that vibration and feeling all of that we give daily in our groups. And then, of course, just getting her right in that training. Let me see what we've got here. Question. Who isn't on Facebook at all? Good one. We'll go to write that as great, Leah. Okay, so so does that help at all, Steph? Does that give you some direction to go with it? Yep. Okay. And then, I mean, it's your sister, right? So I can say it out loud. So I mean, right, we like just have that down and dirty talk with her. Like, you know, look, I want to make this happen for you. Like and here's something that I'm really vulnerable with. I said, look, you're at the top of my organization. You know, you're at the top. And I'm going to take this, I just got goosebumps. Like, I'm going to take this business so far. Like, here's my dreams and my whys, and you're at the top. So if you just keep going with this, what you're going to benefit from my dream and my why is so huge. So you just got to work. We just got to get you to Emerald. Just make it basic, you know? And then she'll be bitten by then. And because she already believes in our products, you know, she already has the belief, and we got to dig into her why. As you know, we got to develop that. And we've got anybody you're struggling with, whether it's in your challenge groups or one of your coaches, if they're struggling, they got to get that why. And if you figure that out with her and what she could do with her cash cow, and maybe that's where you go with it. Maybe she doesn't need any money. Maybe she's happy with her lifestyle, with traveling and doing all the fun stuff they're doing. But what would she really do if she had just $100K handed to her? Or, you know, that's kind of what one of my mentors did to me. Like, get me on the side. Like, what would you do with that? Because Beachbody's going to give you that. So what are you going to do with it? So kind of get her dreaming again, because, you know, like they said also in one of those videos, we've been programmed since children to not dream. We've been told no. We get, you know, and so she could be there too. And so she needs her cap opened up, and she needs to kind of dream again. Leah, that kind of goes hand in hand with your person off of Facebook. I personally have not ever dealt with that. I've wondered about it a lot because I have a lot of people who it just stops me from even approaching because they're not on Facebook. I think that you would have to really develop their why, and you would have to sit down and figure out, okay, so if social media is not your thing, totally get it. What are you going to do? What forum are you going to use to contact with your coaches, contact with your clients, clients number one, because, you know, we start there, but, you know, is she going to do an email thing? Awesome. I know a lot of coaches that don't even talk to any of their customers on Facebook. Everything gets directed to email because they just find Facebook way too overwhelming, way too much going on. So number one, she's got to identify, she has to identify what their platform's going to be then, if it's not Facebook. They're going to have to find Zoom chats or Skype or some way to connect with these challengers on a weekly basis, I would assume. You're going to have to send some sort of email to them on a daily basis, I would assume, just encouraging them, or a text. Again, finding her why or his why, pushing into that. But I don't know how, I would have to Google that. I've never even really tapped into, is there successful coaches that are not on social media? I would have to assume that you could use your warm market for about a year. Your town, your warm market, you could probably rock it for a while. But I would be concerned after you get that year under your belt, what would happen? Because, I can't believe how many strangers have come into my life just in the last 2 months who are now all coaches and clients, and I never had that. So I don't know what you would do once you've used up your pool of your market, and that's what we use social media for, to tap into that. So maybe she chooses one. Maybe Facebook isn't it. What if Instagram is hers? What if Pinterest is hers? So there's coaches on the top coaches in Beachbody that Pinterest is the only thing they use. So because there's so many forums, if she's not into Facebook, it's totally fine. But just dig into her why. Dig into her idea of how she's going to communicate with these people and what forum she's going to use. And I think that it would be more than able to do it. Beachbody has a lot of stuff in the works on their own with our own apps and our own way to have challenge groups. So when that happens in the next year or two, that's going to be life-changing as well. So, but don't let go of her, that's for sure. If you feel it in your gut, then go with it. So does that help? Yeah? Okay, good. All right. Oh, wait. We've got another one. Let me check this one out really quick. You have the same thing. Okay, Steph. So does that seem like something that could be helpful? Okay. Awesome. So on to the next. Let me just cross this off. I love it. How to bridge the free customer to the paying customer. Emily, is this leads from leads from Beachbody, or is this just general people that have signed up?
It's like I have a lot of people in my personal life who always want free advice, always want to know what they should do next, always, you know, and I'm not saying I'm not going to help them, but how do you get those people in your life who are always asking those questions and into becoming paying customers? Like, perfect. I have people who will want free shakes, but I think they should.
So basically, my number one thing to tell you is that every single month you have to have a free group going. Every month. I don't care if it's 7 days. I don't care if it's 5 days, 21 days, 30 days. You have to have something of free value that you can give to these people and to your strangers and all your followers. That, hey, for 7 days, we're going to focus on water. For 10 days, we're going to do one of the squat challenge. You know, something for free. Because I'm telling you, out of the groups, I started doing free groups right off the bat. So in 2.5 years, almost, oh no, 3, I don't know, for however long I've been coaching, I would say 97% of the people that started in my free groups have turned into coaches, customers, or long-term clients. Like huge high percentage, massive. And yeah, it's taken some of them a whole year and 17 free challenges to finally fight and to join my group, or at least to join a challenge group. Some of them it's taken, you know, 2 years to even get into one, just a challenge group. And I probably let them in without any product or anything either. So that's my first deal there. Again, going into their why. Why do you want to know, you know, what's making you want to know, sorry, I'm reading and talking. Do you do official invites within your free groups? Like official invites, like to get them into the group, or official invites inside the group? Here, unmute. And
sorry. I was just wondering, within your free groups, do you at some point during the week or whatever it is, invite them to a challenge group or to be a real customer or something?
Totally. So at the very last day, I don't talk about anything Beachbody, not one picture of Shakeology, unless it's like me drinking water and it's in my Shakeology thing. But if I do a if I mention my workout, I'll just say like a 30-minute workout. So I don't really go into Beachbody at all. But on the last day, I'll say, if you enjoyed this, find me here. You know, if you want to continue this, find me here. But usually I have another free one starting within the 2 weeks. So they wait for that. But I always have it planned out to have a challenge group start near it. So within a week or two. But yeah, I'll for sure say, hey, if you enjoyed this, or I'll open it up to them. Hey, you guys really rock this water challenge. What do you want to do next? And then they'll be like, oh, sugar-free. And I'll say, oh, I don't do sugar-free challenges because that makes me crazy. But no, I'm joking. I'm really not joking. But so that's what I do there. Subliminally move it in to another group. I usually ask them because then they're in control and, you know, people like that. So back to Emily. So the free groups are one way you can drive traffic. The second is, again, when you're having this conversation with them about their question that they've asked you, so I would dig into, you're sure asking me a lot of questions about this. Do you have goals that you're trying to reach? So straight to their goals. As soon as they tell you your goals, oh, well, you really want to drop this 15 pounds. What are you going to do to do this? You know, what program? Do you have your nutrition? And I just keep digging into, oh, you need help with portion control? Yeah, I really struggle with that too. Still, no mention at all of any Beachbody. Oh, okay, well, you've got tight schedule. Totally get that. I used to struggle with that too. I mean, you're constantly re-relating it to life before you had your product and your program and your Shakeology to what they're struggling with, right? Because then they're relating to you. They're like, holy cow, she felt like this too. So, I mean, some of these messages are like ridiculously long. I mean, some of them take 2 to 3 weeks of you going back and forth. But then at the same time, what are you doing on your Facebook? What are you doing in your groups? You're posting your 21-day fix this or your Shakeology here. So they're getting it all in, but you're just not going straight to it. Oh, well, I got this challenge pack that you should get, you know, like your third message. Because, I mean, I used to do that. Sometimes I still do it, and I fail because I went straight for buy this challenge pack, you know. So, and not saying that you're doing that, just saying that that's something that I failed with. So out of the free groups and really digging into this person's goals mostly. And then once they tell me their goals, I always say, well, why is now a good time to work on these goals? You know, because why is now a good time opens up this huge thing of, well, I've just been so sick and tired of not being able to play with my kids. And I've just been drinking so much that I just can't, you know, so then they open up into this whole thing that, again, you can relate to them. I used to feel like that too. Oh my gosh, I caught myself. So you're just doing this dance with them. And so that's how I've turned my free customers, or my customers that are not purchasing anything, into paying customers. Is just, I guess, working for, years with some of them until they finally decide that they want to try it because they haven't had success just doing loseit.com or whatever, you know? So does that help you a little bit?
Yeah, I think the hardest part for me is not like jumping, like I get really excited. Yeah. And then I don't do things right. Like I jump the gun, or I make recommendations without really getting to know someone maybe.
Oh my gosh. If you had asked me one thing that has screwed me up the most in this company, or in my business, excuse me, not in the company, it is 100% that. Like I used to call it diarrhea of the mouth. There's actually been customers I've had to go back to from 2 years ago and been like, look, you see, I'm still doing Beachbody, but I need to apologize to you because I screwed up with you and I want another chance. Usually they're like, awesome, yeah, totally screwed up. You know, you were just trying to sell me something. So, it happens to everybody, but just catch yourself, slow yourself down, you know, make it be a script in your head. I cannot ask these questions until I have asked this question. Number one, what are your goals? And why is it a good time right now to work on those? You know, how can I better support you? Once I get down to the point where they're like, I can't afford Shakeology. Well, then how can I support you? How can I best support you is the next thing. And then they're usually like, well, you know, so it just makes them dig. What do you want from me? What can I help you with, right? So that's what I would just keep doing. Just make, like, if you have to put Post-it notes on the side of your computer, like, slow down. Ask these 2 questions first. Then just do that for a little while, and then you'll create the habit. But I think that you'll get there for sure, no problem. Let's see. I'm going to save time management for the last because it's probably the biggest I want to talk about. A slump. I got a question about how do I get out of a slump. You know, tough love's going to come out here. You just freaking get over it. You just get out of it. You just remember why you're doing this, and you put your pants on and you put your shoes on and you go work out. You do your personal development. You drink your Shakeology. But a slump, crap, I have slumps like every 4th day, maybe sometimes every other day. You know, it's hard. We're all so busy. Are you kidding me? You just get up and you do it because your why is more important than feeling a little crappy that day, right? So, sorry, I'm a little tough on that one, I guess. But probably because I have a lot of slumps. But I guess actually a way I get over my slumps is I think about like 4 people who have told me, you have changed my life. Like, because of you, I've done this, or because of you, and then I'm like, okay, I'm cool, you know. But that's actually how I get over slumps. So without being so tough, there's one way you can do it. And if you don't have any stories like that yet, then think about yourself and how much you've changed. So that would be my thing there. Let me cross that one off so I stay on track. Fear and insecurity and shyness. That's a big one. It's a big one for a lot of people. So I can only just go off of myself. So are you guys in the Diamond group, Ben and Joe? Are you in the new Diamond group started? You guys are in that, yeah? Did you listen to Tara Carr's post, the video she just put in about sharing the business and all that? Did you read through that? It was just posted a little bit ago.
Oh, today?
Yeah.
Was it today?
Yeah, it was just like maybe an hour or 2 ago. It's really good, and it's pretty simple. It's pretty much like, I actually just talked to Joe about this because I feel like one thing I'm doing wrong in this business is I'm only sharing mostly about weight loss successes and challenge group successes and join my challenge group and look how awesome my team is. They're rocking it. But I don't invite people to the business side of it because I'm scared and I'm insecure. I'm insecure people are going to think it's silly or funny, or they're going to make fun of me. And I'm shy about it because I'm a little embarrassed about it. And so I was thinking about that today, like, why, you know? And I was listening to those videos and reading through some of the comments and stuff, and it changed everything for me. You know, it's like, just really pour into those 2 videos today. I think that you'll find some clarity maybe in just the business side of it, but for everyday shyness and stuff, let me read through that chat in a second. There's a lot. Have you read Badass, the book Badass?
No.
Put that on your list. Don't get overwhelmed by doing too much, but definitely a book I've heard. I haven't personally read it, but I know I've got people in here who have, and it's a life-changing book for sure. The Confidence Club that Chalene Johnson's doing, I know that it's an investment, but there are a bunch of free webinars. So I recommend Googling that or just going to her website, and I bet there's stuff there. So check out the, I think it's just called Confidence Club. I see Stephanie nodding. I know she really enjoyed that. So definitely pour into that. I mean, personal development is going to be your really number one only way to really overcome insecurity, shyness, and fear. There are all sorts of good books out there. I mean, The Compound Effect has good sections about fear. But I mean, I guess really what's coming to mind right now is just the repetitive daily doing it over and over and over again that's going to break down those barriers of the shyness and the insecurity. I mean, set some goals for yourself right around that. Like if it's shyness, like today I'm going to make 3 new Facebook friends no matter what. Like I'm going to pour through those lists and I'm going to find 3 people from high school or an old job. Like Emily recently went through this old company she used to work for like 7 years ago, I think it was, and she friended a whole bunch of them. It's like, why not, right? So, you know, that's one way to get over shyness, right? You're making new friends. You're out there. Insecurity, that's a tough one. I think we all deal with it. But again, that daily posting, that daily just getting it out of your system will probably help a lot with that. And again, I think the same thing with fear. So let me go back and read through this. So is there a place where all the videos are stored in order? Oh, Brittany from the Diamond Group, is there a place that all the videos are stored in order? Well, we started doing that. There's been, Friday kind of got out of control because there was so many Failure Friday videos. So in the group that we created just for our team for the Diamond Group, there's a file in there that has them in order. I will try to make that a priority on Monday to go in there and grab all the Fearless or Failure Friday videos and get them uploaded. But pretty much if you just go through that group, you don't have to scroll too far. There's probably only about 10 videos, and I've tagged you in most of them that I really wanted you to see. And then Steph said that the confidence building is very good information. So yeah, I totally agree. I mean, I'm just a lifer, so anything she does, I'm like, oh, let me do it too. So hopefully that helped with the fear and insecurity. I mean, just know that you're not the only one dealing with it, and the more you do something, the less it's going to be, you know, a red thumb. So just keep it up, and I really recommend that Badass book. I know Brittany really loved it. Tina's shaking her head yes too. So so that's that. Now jumping into time management, if anybody has any questions, now would be a good time other than time management. We good? Ready to move on? Okay. So time management, I mean, I know it's a big one. I definitely still want to dedicate like a whole chat to it and have Shelly kind of chime in too, but I made a list of just things. I know I've talked a lot about it, but things that personally have just made me be successful in the business, but yet most importantly, successful in my home. And as we know, when our home, hi sweetie, when our home is not in order, our whole life is not in order, right? I mean, we feel chaotic, we feel like unbalanced, and so, I mean, I've showed it a million times, but my to-do list that is literally broken down by the 15-minute increments for what I do on each day of the week. So every day of the week has its own piece of paper. Now it's pretty like ingrained in my head, but I still like walk around with it. Like, oh, what time is it? Okay, I'm supposed to be cleaning up the kitchen right now, not on Facebook returning messages. So it's a trigger for me. My own list is a trigger. But I also keep, so time management also has a big calendar that's just on my desk that never leaves. Then in my kitchen, I have a separate one that's like a dry erase board. Oh, yes. Emily was going to show us what she did. I love it. Good job. I love this screen sharing. So we'll let Emily talk about hers in a second. But that is so cool how you did that, by the way. So my kids' schedules, like all their stuff, goes out on the whiteboard out in the kitchen because that's where I'm always at. So I keep things kind of separated. And then, of course, one of my favorite things in the whole universe was this planner that I got from Staples. It's the At a Glance planner. And what I love about it is that on really busy days, I have like this whole list of stuff on the insides. That's kind of like my immediate stuff that I have to get done. And then I block out the time for everything else based on how much I have to get done that day. And it's kept me more in line than anything with time management. I do it at night at my last power hour. I sit and I do this calendar. And then anything that gets written in the notes on that goes onto a sheet of paper. And then in the morning when I make my to-do list, which I make at the same exact time every day, just like from the Push, Chalene Johnson's Push, her free 30-day program, setting a habit like that and getting into actually writing it all down at the same time is a lifesaver for me as well. But I think more than anything is identifying triggers that don't keep you on your time management, your schedule. I mean, that's one thing I had never done before I heard of the Push. You know, it's definitely one thing that once you identify what those things are for you and you make it a habit, it's pretty mind-blowing. When you see the trigger, you're like, oh my gosh, I would have totally just spent 25 minutes doing that or 10 minutes and I would have been totally overwhelmed. Bye, Tina. How long does it take me each morning and evening? Is that to make my list? So my list, like on my daily planner, this one is like maybe 5 minutes because really not much changes. This doesn't change at all. I did this at the beginning of the school year, and because my days pretty much run into each other. Now, baseball season's totally different, so I probably should have redone that. But for the most part, it stays the exact same. But to do this probably was about an hour and a half investment of time to sit and map it out and to see. Remember how Shelly and I have said over and over, please write down everything you do in one day, right? And do it for like 3 days. And once you do that, you can see where your time's going. You can be like, oh, wow, didn't realize I sat there and browsed Facebook for 45 minutes doing nothing that was related to anything, or Pinterest or Instagram. So anyhow, that's what developed this for me. It was like, oh, well, I can cut out that time, or, oh, I can, like I'm doing right now, oh, I can listen to podcasts in the car when I'm going to get the kids in back, which adds up to me like 40 minutes a day, which I was listening to music, which was doing nothing for me. And now I cut out almost a whole hour of my day that I was scheduled out for PD. Now I don't have to do that because I'm doing it in the car. So that's opening up time slots, just an example of that. But so those would be my hugest things. If you have not given the 30-day push like an honest to God go, and I am so willing to run anyone through it. I have really good success rate with it. I do it 4 times a year myself. I live by the system. And like Shalene says, once you develop a system and it works for you, you do not get away from it, right? Because you know it works. So it's just such a fascinating program. I just love it. And it's free. So, and she sends you the videos every day. She just sends it to you. It's just so easy to click it and watch it and then do it. That's probably the most important. You got to do the thing that from the video. Right, Emily? Wink, wink. Okay, so Emily, why don't you show us your schedule? Because do you guys remember last Zoom chat where Emily's like, no, I do not do lists. I called her bullshit, right? I was like, ha, ha, ha. So Emily, show us.
Okay. Yeah, you kind of called bull on me, maybe. You do that a lot, though, when I talk. So last week I had 2 people like that I don't know message me to start personal training. And then I had a couple of in-home like shake and share things that I wanted to do with people. And I had stuff at my son's school, and I'm like, I'm never going to get all this stuff done. And I was forgetting stuff. I was like, I have to write a schedule. So I sat down and with the Dash to Dine, or not, whatever this new Diamond thing is called, I don't watch TV anymore. I don't play games on my phone. I don't play the Xbox. And I'm not, like, the only time I'm on Facebook is if I'm working. So, like, I have a lot of time now.
That's awesome.
So I scheduled everything, even, like, my shower time is scheduled. And, like, going to the farmer's market is on there. That way, when I get these random messages that I've been getting, I'm not like, oh crap, what am I going to do? I don't know what I'm doing.
Perfect.
Like all the green stuff is Beachbody and what I'm doing with them. And so,
Sweet. That's awesome.
I didn't have a choice anymore. Like I had to get organized or people weren't going to get what I told them they were getting.
That's so awesome. And is that just on your, what app is that?
That's just Google Calendar. Like, it's super easy. The Google Calendar app, not that calendar, like the Google Calendar in the computer, it all links. So if I'm on my computer and I'm like, what am I doing today? I can pull it up from any device anywhere that has awesome. Google Calendar.
Yeah, and you can share that with people. That's what we're using for Little League, and it's so cool because we can share it with everybody, and then everyone has a calendar. So I just didn't even think to use it for my business. So awesome, thank you. I'm so
proud of you. So and the thing that helped me with the list was I had to break. Like I can't list things for the whole day. That's too much information for my brain to sort through. Like it's just and when I get overwhelmed, I just stop doing it and walk away because that's how my brain works. So I had to break it down into each one of those little blocks gets a list of what happens in that block. So when I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be doing in my power hour, I can pull up my power hour list. That way it was easy to manage, like writing the list out of what I should be doing to stay on task, but it wasn't like all day. And the thing took like 6 hours. It was not an easy task. It was a long time. So it takes a chunk of time.
Right. But it's done now.
Yeah, now it's done and I don't have to update it, and I have checklists that I can go through and see what I got done, and then I can change it and update it as I need to.
It's really, really cool. It's so great. And I hope you don't feel like I call you out on everything you say, just anything I feel like I need to.
It's fine. You can call me out all the time. It's how you grow.
I need to work on that. Maybe that's a failure of mine. Okay, so, and the big thing about time management is, of course, setting your priorities. It's got to happen first before you can even think about time management. You've got to identify your key priorities. It's another Chalene Johnson deal, but, you know, she says that once you identify those key priorities and then you revolve your whole world around those priorities, that you keep on track, because anytime you're not honoring the priorities, you know it's something you shouldn't be doing either at that time or at all. So, you know, we've talked about it before, but at the top of my box is myself, and that's why I have to put my workout time in there. That's why my shower time, even like Emily said, has to go in there, because I'll bump it this quick in my own shower just because I can get something else in that 20 minutes. And that's not fair, because that's not honoring myself. And so I know a lot of people don't agree with me, but for me, I have to go up at the top, because I spent so many years of my life being not even on the list. So I go at the top. My husband comes right after in our marriage. I have to have him right under me as a priority. And then the kids. And, you know, a part of the top list myself is also my faith and my spirituality. That just all goes into myself. But after the kids is our household, and then after the household is Beachbody. So, I mean, you can see it's fifth down on the list, but it's a huge part of my life, but everything else above it has to come. And number one that I knew that was lacking the most was our household. I mean, I was trashed. Our house was just a disaster zone. I mean, all the time, and just so unorganized. And then I was even more unorganized because I was living in an environment that wasn't organized. So that's where my schedule helped so much to identify, like, you know, before I even touch Beachbody, I've got laundry started, dishwasher unloaded, all the simple stuff we know we have to do every day. I get that all done in the morning before I even start Beachbody. And then there's no like talking to a challenger and unloading the dishwasher and then like folding some laundry while I'm like checking Facebook and all this multitasking that was ruining me. So those are my biggest tips. Get rid of multitasking completely. When it's power hour time, it's power hour time. When it's housework time, it's housework. When it's kids, it's all kids. You know, getting those priorities straight, the to-do list of some sort, however it will work for you, and some sort of schedule. Exactly. I totally agree, Emily. She said it's because everything's on the schedule. You'll have time. It lets you focus. What time do I get up in the morning? I tend to, so this is something I'm struggling with. Meg set a great goal for herself. Hope you don't mind me sharing, but so that she does not do the, like, let's hit the snooze 17 times. Her goal is like, let's get up. And when it's time to get up, it's time to get up. And I struggle with that so bad, I'll hit the snooze forever. So I want to get up at 6 o'clock, but I usually do not get out of bed until 6:30. And I've been giving a lot of grace with that. But so 6:30, so from 6:30 to 8 is just full on kids and family. I don't budge. I don't look at my phone. I don't even touch it. And then as soon as I drop Gabe off, it's pretty much Beachbody time. I make breakfast for Owen and I in there. So about 15 minutes of breakfast time. And then it is like laser focus, Beachbody from 8:15 until 10:45. And Owen usually is just like playing games and doing his own thing. So kind of sucks because my motherhood instinct wanted to give that time to him. And I feel really guilty sometimes that I don't. But, I had to go back to that priority and that balance of he gets all this time with me at night and after school. So I had to get Beachbody in there somewhere. But next year he'll be in school all day, so I'll be excited to get my calendar all revamped then. But I would say for time management, that's my biggest takeaways. I cannot wait to plug everything into Google Calendar. That's going to be awesome. So let's open it up to questions. We've got, let's try to do 15 more minutes, and then we can call it a day. Who has something? Should we just start at the top here? Ben and Joe, do you guys have anything you want to talk about?
Not that I know of. Joanna had to go help with the kiddos, so
okay.
We'll be back in a minute.
Well, if she pops back in and has stuff, then just go ahead and unmic and or just wave your hand or something. I'll know you are ready.
Okay.
So hope that helped you guys with some time management.
Definitely.
Okay, good. Hey, Leah, how's it going?
All right. Still struggling with time because I got a lot going on this month or this season or just in general. But, yeah. But doing all right. I just be starting up a free group and trying to figure out what a good time would be for setting my next challenge group following that. Like, if it's good to have like maybe a 2-week break, or what's a good amount of time if you're trying to roll some people in to a challenge group after that.
So do you have anything scheduled right now?
No, I currently have a 60-day group going, and I have a free group that's starting on the 27th or whatever that next Monday is. So
I would recommend that you just go for it on Monday. Seriously, start something free just right now and run it. We've got 10 days left. Do a 7-day something. Just do a simple water challenge. That way you don't have to really think about it. And
I have a free one that I did an event for. It's going to be a sleep challenge and starting on April 27th. So that's what I was wondering if I'm doing that one then.
So April 27th, let me just look at my calendar here. So you have that one starting on the 27th. That's next week. So then on the 28th, I would start advertising for a group that starts on, well, then you kind of mess yourself with Success Club points. So it starts on the 27th?
Yeah.
So on the 24th or 23rd, sometime at the end of this week, I would even do it on Wednesday or as soon as possible, I would get something going, 21-day fix group or 60-day push till summer, something that involves challenge group, challenge pack. Just start an event for it, do your private, do your group invites or whatever. But that way you give yourself an option to sell some challenge packs still by the month because they'll be seeing this stuff and they'll be excited. But you also set yourself up, let's say you don't have it start till May 11th. You set the date for your 60-day push to summer or your 21-day fix, clean eating, or not 21-day fix, but whatever you're going to call it. If you have it start on May 11th, then you give yourself that 10 days to get Success Club points for May. So That's how I usually run it, is I make sure I give myself enough time in the current month to max myself out, and then make myself give a few more. And then I'd run my next free group. I'd start advertising for that on like the 4th. And that will be your one for May. And have it do something more fitnessy related or nutrition, since you just did one on personal, more personal. And then that group should run you into the one you'll do in April. But people still could join your May one. So you really are creating this flow. And then once you get into it, you'll see it'll be so good.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
I think so, yeah. I mean,
Okay.
I'm still trying to get this going. I haven't been very good at running multiple groups at once. I kind of
Well, you got to close out.
on.
And here's the deal. The one that's going right now, you tell them, like, you got 2 weeks left, ladies, so let's really push it. If it's been going on and on, has it been?
No, I mean, it's a 60-day group, but we're 3 weeks in. Although some of them,
okay.
there's definitely a lot of people in there who have been in every group of mine. They just keep rolling in.
Got it. Okay.
Other
Well,
ones, so.
never mind about that one. That one will be over about by the time you're starting it'll be close. So,
Yeah.
But it's just, I can't stress enough how that dynamic of having those events just rolling just creates that non-stop challengers, which gives you Success Club points and which gives you coaches. So it's just this big ball. But, if you get overwhelmed, just pull one of the free ones out. But sounds like, you've got it going good. So it's fun.
Yeah.
And moving's not helping either. So you've got a lot on your plate.
Little steps, but
That's all you can do.
And I guess the other thing I've been struggling a little bit with is I've been doing pretty well at upping my contacts and getting conversations going, but that transition from the conversation into the invite, I have trouble, sort of that by the way part where you launch it into just kind of a reconnecting with someone to moving it into.
Okay, so are these, give me an example, like is this someone that you've known from a long time ago and then you just started a conversation with them? Right,
so they're just reaching out to say, people I'm friends with on Facebook but don't interact with often at all, or maybe ever. So I'm trying to.
Have they ever liked any of your posts? Have you noticed that they've liked anything? That's an easy segue.
Occasionally,
but mostly not.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess it varies. But,
if it's someone that's liked something of yours, right off the bat, let's say it's a recipe or something, hey, I see that you like this recipe. I have, these groups that I run that I post recipes all the time. If you ever interested, let me know. Something like that. For the total stranger, gosh, I totally randomly messaged this girl the other day who I've known for years. And I said, I just noticed that you're really liking a lot of the stuff on my like page. Again, this is kind of something with liking that. But have you ever been interested, have you ever thought of doing what I do and as a Beachbody coach? You're just such a positive and uplifting person. I was just wondering if you've ever thought of that. And she was like, yeah, actually, I totally have. You're so inspiring. And I was like, whoa, but that was like fear getting squashed right there, because I've never just boldly just asked someone, do you want to be a coach? And then she's signing up on Thursday. So, so that's one example. Gosh, I guess I'd use my free groups. How do I do that when I don't? I guess any of my strangers, they usually get stuff in mine. Let me think for a second. Other than just boldly asking, if they're mothers, I would be like, hey, I've got this great group of moms. I guess I kind of tell some white lies when it comes to this, because I feel like I've got to sometimes bridge the gap in it. I got this great group of moms that are all going to do this challenge group with me. Would it be something you're interested in? We just keep each other accountable. I guess I'd probably totally go for it. And then if she says, no, you're weird, I'm like, okay, cool. She's not on my bus. And then I'm just done with it. But if you've had a good back and forth and it's not just like, hey, you want to be in my challenge group? Right off the bat, then I think it's a genuine thing.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But I guess it just depends on how deep you've gotten with her,
Yeah, it varies. It just seems like sometimes I sort of start up these conversations and then they kind of just fizzle out and I never ended up.
Oh, you know what? Okay. aha moment. This is what I do. So I've got my busy women group that I started from the very beginning. It's like Shelly's, healthy, clean eating private little group. We both started those, and that's where I send people. So that's what I do, is I straight up just say, hey, it's been really great getting to know you. I have this great group of women who we just post recipes and bounce ideas off of each other. And if you ever want to know more about it, and they're usually like, yeah, add me. So that's what I do. And then they subliminally get all the stuff from Beachbody through that group. But I try not to post more than 2 or 3 times a week in there about Beachbody specifically.
Okay.
That's what I do. I was like, I have to have something that I do. I was totally drawing a blank. All right. Good questions, though. Is there anything else I can help you with?
Oh, I'm sure, but
we'll just have our own private Zooms. All right, Britt, what's going on?
Not a whole lot. I'm actually not really doing a great job with taking my notes. It's terribly unorganized. Here's my calendar. It'll make it to a calendar eventually.
Good.
But I'm having a problem. This isn't necessarily as much time management as it is groups. I am worried I'm going to overwhelm myself. I've got 5 groups here that I want to get started and going in the next month, but I have a monkey wrench in it because from June 3rd to June 11th, I am out of town, out of service.
Ooh.
So I'm trying to make those shorter groups, shorter free groups, 21-day fix groups, things like that, and I'm worried I'm going to lose people because I can't do a 60-day group right there. And
what time was it? What dates were it again?
From the 3rd to the 11th in June.
Okay. So here's where I'm going to stop you for a second, just because so pretty much whatever group you're going to start, so you want to start a 60-day group, but you're worried about that time, right?
That's the reason I'm not starting one. That's why I've got a fixed group. I've got 2 fixed groups starting. I've got 2 free groups I want to run. And I'm going to up my next 30-day group. I usually don't do 60-day groups. I lose a lot of people. So I'm going to do a 30-day group. And I'm going to start that the 1st of May and have it done by the time I leave. But I'm afraid in that time frame that I'm gone, I'm going to lose all that momentum.
Well, I got your back for those days, so don't worry about it. Whatever challenge group you're worried about going in there, I'll be in that group with you, and I'll be a consistent participant. Whatever this one is, you're worried about the time slot. And then when you're gone, you're going to be honest and be like, look, I'm taking a vacation with my family. I'm going to be out. My coach is going to step in and run you guys through it. I don't have a problem at all of running that group for a week. So don't worry about that.
Okay.
I think too many other groups, though, trying to start in 1 month, and that could make you, especially because we are where we are. So we need to space it out to where you can get as much gain from it each month, right? So we want to push it right now. So we have, is the Team 21-Day Fix Group one of these, or is it not?
Yes. No, yeah, it is one of them.
That is one of them. Okay,
yeah.
That's great.
And I want to do a free group the beginning of May.
Okay.
End of April, beginning of May. And then I want to do
that's great.
Another free group towards the end of May, but that's what I'm worried about. Do I do a free group at the end of May and then disappear for?
Yes, because here's what you could do. So you got the free group, or our group, starting on the 4th, right? Yep. So that's going to take you through, hopefully you're going to be able to Success Club out with just that group alone this next 2 weeks, right? When you push it.
Working on it, yeah.
Yep. It's just going to take, we got plenty of time. We got almost a whole half a month left. Lots of time. So then your idea is starting a free group like on Friday, May 1st. Is that what I'm hearing you say?
I'm thinking May 1st, just because how long do you advertise your free groups for? How long do you
Depends on what kind of challenge it is. Those water challenges, I just throw it up and I'm like, starts Monday, and I do like from Friday to Monday, and it just fills up with people. Just fills up. Okay. So a water challenge like that goes fast. Clean, I don't know what you're thinking of, but usually they fill up super fast. So
I want to do clean eating. I've never done a clean eating group.
Like a 7-day?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd do it. Like start advertising it like on the 30th, like on Thursday, and just be like, hey, put it out there, create the event, invite everyone. and then say it starts the 4th. And then you're already going to be in it because we've got that other group starting the 4th, and you're sharing responsibility in that group, so you're not going to be overwhelmed. If you miss a post, you miss it because we've all got your back. And then you're going to run that out. So 1, 2, 3. So that's going to be done on the 24th of May. So ideally, you're going to want to have something like in the 15th time, somewhere in that middle of the month, where you can do something for free, again, for a short period of time, or you can start another event. So if you want to do a 21-day group, start advertising it. Don't worry about doing another free group. Start advertising for that like on the 13th or 14th when we're already deep in our 21-day fixed group. No one can jump ship, right? So if you're somewhere in the 13th or 14th and you create an event for a 21-day group and you run that for a week and you have it start on, well, Memorial Day, that's a crappy day to start. You have it start on the 26th. It can be something like the slump, like, oh, how was your, have it be like Memorial Day something, get out of whatever. I mean, we can think of something clever. But if you have it start on that 26th, everyone's been out partying for like 3 days. They're going to be so excited to start feeling better on the 26th, and that's when you start your next group. Oh, I see. Then that's going to run into your thing. All right, let's side table this, and let's have a Zoom this week and figure this out. Because we need. Does that work good?
Yeah. One more thing. Clean eating groups. I've never ran one.
Yeah.
So do you create the event, start the event, give people prep time? Do you give them lists? Do you give them recipes all at once so they can get everything at the grocery store at once? Or do you just post a recipe every day and tips every day? Or how do you encourage people to do things along with you? Tomorrow, this is what I'm doing. This is my recipe. This is my day. How do you?
Yeah. Have you hosted these groups? Have you hosted it? Yeah. Okay. Big shocker right here. I've never hosted a group like that. So I know. I've never done it. I guess. You know why I haven't done it? Because it seemed like too much work. And so I took it out and I did water challenges. So.
Oh, I don't really want to do it. I'm not going to lie. I just have a lot of people asking me to. So I'm like,
Okay. Somewhere, I swear Shelly gave me a Google Doc deal with her clean eating situation in it. Oh, and there's that group, the Finish Line Leader Clean Eating. Are you in that?
No.
Okay, let me check that out. Let me ask Shelly because I know Shelly has templates for that. Just making a couple notes here. Here's what I would do though. So we have these great shopping lists. I've used them in every single one of my challenge groups. They're the ones that like have purple at the top and then like it lists like the nuts and seeds and like the dairy. If you go into any of my groups, you'll see them, right? Those would be the shopping list that I would give. I would not type anything out. I would not spend more than literally a click and share. Like those clean eating lists are amazing. You don't need to do anything else. Like this is a free group, right? You want to give them incredible content, but you don't want to give them too much. You need them to go in your challenge group. They got to still figure out this whole portion control. You're not going to share any of like the 21-day fixed portion sizes or like anything like that. It's going to be basic, like teaching straight up what clean eating means. Like the first 2 days, I would probably, number one, I'd post a video like the first day of like, hey, thank you so much for joining this group. And also on the side note, I would have this group be a public, like when you create your event for it, I would run it in that event wall. I wouldn't create a group for it. I would just, for 7 days, post it in that event wall, and then constantly everyone's going to see it. Like all your friends are going to see it without you ever posting it on your timeline. So it's just a great way to bring in a whole bunch more people, like a ton more people without it ever looking like one time you posted it on your timeline, which it's just brilliant to me. So I would focus on the first day of just like making a video or something of what clean eating is, because so many people, they don't know what it is. They don't know that it's just eliminating processed foods and junk, reading labels. You know, you can keep it really simple. There's also great graphics that I have. I think I just posted one on one of the challenge groups that just was a circle of, you know, what clean eating is, what to avoid. So I would just literally keep it like a recipe every day, like some sort of recipe every day, like maybe post it in the afternoon. I would post the first day, and I wouldn't give a prep week or anything. I would literally, if this is a free group, I would just run it for 7 days and give them just this little bit. And then your next group is going to be like, here, you want to do it for 21 days? You want to clean eat for 21 days and work on your nutrition, and then you're like more lasering in on, oh, you want to do it for 21 days, and then we're going to give them a lot because they're in it for 21 days with us. We're going to offer, of course, the 21-day fix to them because we know it's great and it works. So I don't know. Does that answer your question at all? I kind of got off topic.
No, I'm thinking it does answer my question. What if I started advertising for it tomorrow or Tuesday, started at Friday? If I did a 7-day eating group Friday, I wouldn't be done by the time our fixed group started.
Do a 5-day. There's nothing wrong with 5 days. It's a Monday through Friday. I'm going to get you a Monday through Friday group. Start it. Well, you'd have to start it Monday. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
I don't think I could get everybody into the group fix, but I could just run a different one. I could just run another one on the 12th, and I'd have it done by the time I left.
Exactly. So let's set a time. Let me know when you're free this weekend. Let's do a Zoom, like even tomorrow if you can. I don't know how your schedule's like, but let's pull this aside and really pencil it out. Spend some more time really focusing on it. But I'm open. Okay. Let's see, tomorrow's Monday. We could do something in the morning, like around 10.
So that's 11 here. We could do 11.
Okay.
Yeah.
10 a.m. All right. So I will see you at 10 tomorrow then, and we'll hash through it. Okay. Good. Anything else? Okay. You're like, no, just don't.
Sorry.
All right, Steph, how's it going? Oh, I think you're going to have to unmute. There should be a little button on the corner.
There we go. I got it. Just getting used to this. I got a new phone, so.
It's nice seeing your face.
Yeah, see what happens when you have technology that works?
I love it.
Yes. So I don't have a lot of questions. You guys actually gave me a bunch of great ideas. And
okay.
The first thing I'm going to do is write down a schedule like that because I feel totally disorganized, which I am totally. I'm always disorganized. And I really, really need to sit down and prioritize my day.
Yeah.
And having that one special schedule, I can do that for this season because no girl is in any after school activities.
What?
So I know.
Don't say that too loud.
I put the kibosh on it. I was like, okay, you guys have to deal with your schoolwork, get that caught up, and then they have summer to do stuff. So
what a good mama.
Oh, it was killing me.
Yeah, no joke. You had a lot going on.
Yeah, so we're taking it slow. We're just doing Girl Scouts, and I have to add that into my schedule too. So
cool.
It's starting to pan out. I have, it's not as disorganized, but
good.
I could get a lot more focused.
Good.
So that's where I'm starting.
That's awesome.
Again.
Hey, got to start somewhere. It doesn't matter if it's again, you're just starting. So
right. And I like the ideas of the 5-day and 7-day free challenges. I think I will do a few of those.
Good. I mean, literally, you're just getting people engaged. You're growing your contact list, and you're just giving some content out. I mean, it's pretty simple, and there's so many cool things out there. If you just Google it, you're going to be like, whoa, cool. There's squat challenges that are even that short of time, and arm, So, I mean, it's pretty cool what happens. But I was just going to kind of give you an idea. Well, no, I've kind of already gone over that. But I mean, literally, when you go to sit down and do the schedule, mine's like every 15 minutes. Oh, Kyle, what's the matter?
Oh, new dog. Oops. Yeah, there's a dog. Sorry, hold on.
That's okay.
There we go. Hey. Oh,
I think she muted it. It's awesome.
I
did. Okay, so we got you answered then, pretty much.
Yes.
Okay. All right, Emily, it's your turn.
Kyle.
I just need to know if anyone needs a roommate for Summit.
Hold on 1 second. Let's get Steph to mute her mic, and then.
Oh, sorry. It's not muted.
Meg had to go start prepping her food for week 3. Good job, Meg. And then Brittany's got to run. Thank you so much, everyone. It was great seeing you. Oh, it was so good to see you, too. I'll see you tomorrow at 10. I'll post a link in the Team Cut Mama group. Okay. Go ahead, Em. It's all yours.
Oh, I'm just finalizing plans for Summit and making sure people, if anyone needs roommate, like, is there a specific hotel we're supposed to stay at?
So there's a list. If you go to, I think, summit15.com or whatever the actual website is, there's a whole list of them. We're staying at the Gaylord. That's where Shelly is, I believe, staying. So I wanted to stay where she was staying. I know Leah is staying at the Gaylord. Right, Leah? You're coming. Wait, are you not coming? Don't tell me you're not coming.
Oh. I have a room reserved at the Gaylord. I'm still trying to figure it out. Like, that is literally when I'm moving, so I'm trying to figure out if I can, like, drive halfway across country and fly there and fly back. I don't know.
Okay. And is your husband coming with you?
No. So if I'm there, I have a room which I could share with somebody. But
okay. So when are you gonna make that? When are you gonna make a call? Are you just gonna wait till like the week before? I would totally wait.
No, I've got to figure it out. But I mean,
Okay.
There's still so many things we haven't figured out.
Totally. Okay.
My husband's got to be there by the 26th to start work, so
somehow okay. Sounds good. So, Emily, the one I was talking to you about the other day on the phone, we shouldn't count on that. So, let's just start figuring it out. I know that there's going to be a couple more that are.
I have a couple people who are just like waiting for stuff. I don't want to wait, and then now we have a room that's like, like I'll book a room if I can find someone to come room with me.
Well,
like,
Dr. Anna, I know Anna's looking for someone too, so touch base with her. I mean, just post it in the team group and see what happens. Post a thread.
Oh, okay, after all of this stuff follows through, like probably by Friday, if I don't have someone for sure, I'll just post it in the group.
Sounds great.
Okay.
Okay.
You said the Coach Summit has a list of all the hotels.
Yes, they do. And I mean, we are staying at the Gaylord. I'd love for you to check that out too, just because then we can all be closer. Because the venue's really spread out this year. So if there's still rooms, try to snag one up. But like everything's super spread out.
Okay.
But Shelly and I are still going to really make it a point to make sure we have dedicated team time set out and scheduled.
Okay.
So no matter what, we will all be, we'll try to sit together and all of that, obviously. So
awesome. Thank you.
If you want a Zoom chat this week too, put it in the group what day, and let's work on a time, okay? And same for you, Steph. Let's start doing this on a regular basis too. So, okay. Anything else, ladies, by Emily? Is everyone else good? Okay, well, thank you so much. It's been a great chat. I hope everyone else gets good stuff from it too, and we will be excited to hear from Shelly next week and about all of her fun in Cancun. All right, you guys.